You have reached the public service. Ask yourself one question. Are you a taker or a maker? As with any situation in life, is your situation taking or making you happy? This is a public service show, and I'm Sandra.
And I'm Kirk.
And we've been gone a little bit because we had COVID.
Oh, joy.
We weren't feeling well, and it's taken us a minute to get back to where we were.
Yeah.
And we're still recovering, but we've decided that the show must go on. Today's show is called Don't Cry to Me.
I
Seriously.
just love the title. Don't cry to me.
And the show is about taking responsibilities for the choices you made by voting for this current president.
Oh, yeah.
And number one.
This is such a good way to start. If you wanted honesty and truth in media, well, don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to us because...
To tell you the truth,
wow.
I have never seen so much dishonesty, misinformation, lack of information
Yeah.
in my entire life. Sifting through the media to find the truth has led me to the BBC.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, we do have some information on some stations,
Yeah, we do.
but when I want to see actual footage of what's going on elsewhere, I have to go outside of our country. Please explain.
Yeah. Well, I can explain. It's called monopolies. All these things that you're seeing, the Paramount buying this or Warner Brothers being sold here, or Netflix, this, that, and the other, and they're consolidating them. And they're all under Donald Trump's thumb. I'm just going to call brass tacks what they are. So they've all
I can't
paid
remember
him
that one
or-
guy's name, the one guy that he said buy up.
Ellison.
Yeah.
Larry Ellison. The owner of
Larry
Oracle.
Ellison, I believe, is not interested in us having information about our own government, our own money, our own lifestyles, and how we're doing as far as the world is concerned.
Yeah.
He's more interested in making money than caring about the human condition in America.
Yeah. It's...
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, really can't say much more than that.
No. Number two, if you wanted smaller government, i.e. Doge, and what? Let's see. What does smaller government mean to this administration? Smaller government means let's fire all the current employees that currently have all of our information under lock and key. Let's just get rid of all of that. And the only thing that we need to pay is the military. That's it. That's what I heard
Yeah.
today. Actually, the other day. The military is the only one that should be paid.
Yeah, they,
Don't go any further.
I mean,
let's just drop the mic there because we've got them all.
yeah.
Number three.
Yeah, if you wanted to lower taxes for the rich, don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to us. It's, hello, they actually,
Did.
wait a minute, hold on a second. If you wanted to lower taxes for the rich, no, we want higher taxes for the rich.
Yeah, we wanted higher taxes, but I heard some of
you're
the
right.
supporters
Yeah.
saying that
They actually-
lowering the taxes
Yeah.
for the rich benefits the poor.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for that
I don't understand.
because I heard in the 80s a thing called trickle-down economics. And people went from millionaires to billionaires, and nothing trickled down. We're still waiting. It's 40 years later.
Yeah.
When's the trickle?
Yep.
Please do tell. When that stuff starts trickling, I'll be the first one to correct my statement. But I don't think I'll ever have that problem. Do you, dear?
No. In fact, I think that they'll be consistently lowering taxes for the rich as long as we're around. The poor are always going to foot the bill. Pretty much.
Number 4, if you wanted higher taxes for the poor, don't cry to me or talk to me. Because I personally do not see why poor people should offset the taxes for the rich.
I don't even know what to say to some of this. I mean,
this is what's happening.
It's what is it? What is it about MAGA that, for whatever reason, they just have embedded in their minds that we all should be kowtowing, bending over, supporting, bailing out the rich. Yeah.
I don't understand. I mean, you can use the word MAGA, you can use the word racist, you can use the word Republican. All of the analogies tend to fit.
Well,
and, you know, it was interesting when we started this show. We didn't really want to be secular, but things have gotten to a point where you need to pick a side. And I've picked a side. I pick a side for all those hardworking Americans out there that have their children in the military that are barely making ends meet. Rents are high, gas is high, food is high. And the game of tariffs means that every time he sets a tariff, we pay for those taxes. So we all got a tax increase. But the people, the hardworking people, are the only ones who can't afford it. Yeah. That's just my point.
Straight up.
And it's disgusting to me for one reason.
Sure is.
Is that we already had a problem with people being homeless before this last president got in. That has been escalated on steroids now.
Oh, yeah.
Because with the food going up 20 to 30%, gas now has almost doubled in price.
Gas is insane.
So everything that's trucked in is going to cost us more. All of your goods in your stores are going to cost you more because, you know, everything's used by gas. And this current president doesn't want solar. That's dirty power. Doesn't want wind. Hey, that you can't see, and it's killing all the birds because birds are so stupid that they see these big windmills and they all just flock to them and have their wings chopped off and their heads killed and all kinds of things. It's the killing fields, people. So what I'm saying is that's all BS.
Being facetious.
That's all BS. Everything that I just said is crap. So if you actually have to Google what I said, maybe we need a little more education. But higher taxes on the poor does nothing but make more homeless, make more food insecure people, and makes people really struggle. That's not a benefit.
But we kind of jumped through 6 and 7. Lower food prices.
No,
don't come
we
crying
haven't
to
gotten
me.
5 yet.
Lower gas prices.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, you're number 5. He's doing great, though. He's doing great.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's right. Yeah. If you wanted to have your citizenship questioned when voting, yeah. Don't come crying to us. Don't come crying to me. Nobody carries around the birth certificate, and most people couldn't tell you where their birth certificate is. And 3/4 of the population do not have a passport. Why? Because really you only need a passport if you intend to do international travel and you're not in the military. So most people, or a lot of people, they don't do international travel. So these people, to Sandra's point, it's, you need to pick a side at this point. I mean, we really wanted to be as diplomatic as possible. We wanted to kind of cut down the middle, but there really isn't one right now. And in fact, let me rephrase that. There is not one right now. you're either a racist, losing scumbag on one side, or, but
Or you, for the many,
you want to be
like the
equality.
working class and people that have built this country on their backs, or the few that have now exploited, a situation where they have no rules, no ceiling, no anything to stop them from exploiting the working class of this country.
Yeah.
So
We'd say drop the mic, but they're on the stand.
we're not dropping our mics. We love our mics. So
You're going there.
number 8, if you wanted health care and lower prescription prices, let me refresh you on the big, beautiful bill. It turned out to be the horrible poison pill. And why do I say that? Is because it took away your health care. And it took away all the safety nets like the prescription lowering drugs that we had. And they put in a higher drugs. I think the guy in the White House actually has the new company where he's going to sell you those lower drugs for higher than what you paid for them. Such a deal. But I need to go back for a second here because I omitted something. Yeah, I omitted something when the voter ID. I remember something that was said by Stephen Miller. And Stephen Miller said that he didn't want women to be able to vote. A lot of us women have taken our husbands' last names. So when you go in there to try to get this, I have the new ID and stuff and everything so I can travel. But when you try to go get a passport, you're going to need a birth certificate. You're going to need a marriage certificate to say that you went from your maiden name to your married name, right?
Yep.
And then they'll issue you a passport. But you need to make that connection. And Stephen Miller doesn't want that. If your current name does not match your birth certificate, they are not going to allow you to vote. So get that in mind. So ladies, in the future, if you want to vote, don't take your husband's name because that's to your detriment. Keep your maiden name. We'll just be modern couples. What do you think? Tell that to Stephen Miller. You can tell him, I said so. So,
Oh, believe me, if I see him, there'll be a lot more than I said so coming out of there.
I will try to keep it clean if there are cameras around.
If you wanted clean air and water, don't come crying to us. Hello, drill baby drill. Beautiful clean coal. Black lung is on the rise. I mean, it's just. I just can't.
Lower the air quality standards because we don't want to hurt these cars and emissions and things like that. We actually need them to pollute even more because if you get rid of catalytic converters and stuff like that, you can really sell a vehicle.
I mean, the guy sells off federal land. Okay. Yep. Clean air and water is at the bottom of their priorities. In fact, I do believe they completely abolished the EPA. Is that?
Yes. I think
the EPA is
the
gone.
EPA is gone. So if you're being poisoned and stuff like that, doesn't mean you can't sue. Not at all. If your water is foul and it's toxic and you're getting sick, just because we don't have the EPA, there are still standards in some states, and nobody's allowed to murder anybody for any reason. So just take it as that, or give you cancer or anything like that. Okay? Get an attorney. Get an attorney. Right. If you wanted freedom of speech. Okay, I'm going to go back to, let's see here, our first one, where I was talking about honesty in media. let's go back to freedom of speech, right? So we have a situation now where our media is being filtered by anything that is said contrary to what the White House wants to hear. That's not freedom.
Nope.
That is not freedom. When someone with all that power sits there with their finger on a button and says, we are going to use the FCC to shut down your station if you say anything against anyone that I don't want you to.
Yeah, I mean, he has hollowed out the press corps. The press corps is made up of
no one anymore.
Yeah, no one.
No one of quality.
I mean, has anybody actually heard of Newsmax? Seriously?
Or any of them.
What a joke.
I don't know about a joke.
They're joke.
But
I'm just going to say it.
Refer to A. I go to the BBC and I go to a few trusted MSNBC.
MS Now.
MS Now. But
the AP.
The AP
NPR.
and then NPR, and that's about it.
And you know, I hate to say this,
but when I need news from overseas,
may not be a bad one.
Yeah, but when I need news of what the flavor of the United States is outside of the BBC is a good place to go.
Yeah.
So, and you can hear, you know, as things are happening because we don't have control over our government, the reflection of what the world is saying about us. You need to know that. And that is not fake news. That's real news. Those are real-time feelings of other governments and what they're saying about us.
Yep.
Okay. That was my speech. And it was free.
Boy, here's a real good favorite of mine. If you wanted freedom of religion, definitely don't come crying to us. We have dropped little snippets and innuendos over the course of the handful of shows where we stand. So,
but freedom of religion is freedom of religion is your freedom to choose your religion.
Yeah.
But where he and I stand, he and I stand at a point where you don't have a right to tell me I have to adapt your religion.
Bingo.
That's all I have to say. We all have our own ideas about where we're going after this or where we are during this, but you and I are allowed to have different opinions. Until we're not allowed to have different opinions, then that's going to be another show. But I respect the fact that you believe one thing, and you should also respect the fact that I believe one thing. That's the way we look at it. Okay, that's the end of freedom of speech. If you wanted women's rights in the United States, don't cry to me. Because they don't exist right now. Right now, you have Stephen Miller, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saying that women shouldn't be allowed to vote. We should be in the kitchen. What was the other thing that they said?
I'm not allowed to say what
Yes,
Stephen
you are.
Miller wants.
Oh, why not?
He wants you barefoot pregnant in the house.
Okay,
Drop the mic. That's what he wants.
you're right.
He wants a Christian nationalist. That's what he wants. Women don't get a say. It's what Sandra was talking about with the votes. Is your man's your man's opinion is the whole household's opinion.
And they're
while
the
he
only
goes
ones
home
who
and
vote.
beats the crap out of her. You know, if we want to talk about going back to the good old days of the 40s and 50s, because that's what happened. You know, well, you think women, they were happy? They would have just been living their lives along without any kind of change or looking for these rights. If they were ecstatic, we would still be doing it. There was a reason why there was decades-long fights for women to get rights to vote and to have a voice and stuff, because they were being abused, like they are now. Roe v. Wade. Who in the world has a right to tell a woman that, well, you have to carry that to term? Really? Well. You know good and well, if men had to have children, you think Viagra commercials are on television all the time now? You wouldn't be able to pass a street corner without finding some kind of birth control or abortion material. It would be in vending machines. Give me a break. People are such hypocrites. It just sickens me. Stephen Miller. Talk about a guy who couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. Yeah. Turnaround's fair play. People are doxing him now, so he gets to whine and hide on a military base. Dude, you got to come off there one day. You're not there you're not there for the rest of your life.
13. Enough. If you wanted the Second Amendment.
Speaking of Second Amendment rights, Stephen Miller.
I believe there was some talk about revoking it because of ICE.
And ICE is afraid of getting torn up.
So
Sorry.
ICE, no, you're fine. ICE killed a man that had a permit to carry. Mm-hmm. And because he had a permit to carry, they shot him and killed him. Well, and then they said no more Second Amendment because clearly killing people is way more important than people defending themselves. Isn't that what that looked like to you?
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot more untoward than that. I mean,
but still,
they didn't even know he had a weapon on him. They first lied yet again in the fantastical way that they do their
We saw the video.
Scripts.
Everybody saw the video. So we're not going to rehash the history of it. And it's really sad that 2 people lost their lives in Minnesota. Isn't it Minnesota?
Yes.
Yeah. But Second Amendment rights are still on the books. But be careful where you carry because they're only going to allow certain people to carry. And it doesn't look like it's going to be us.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted freedom of education, well, you know what? People have been exercising their right to freedom from education for quite some time because the intellectual level of our country is somewhere below the dirt in an earthworm. I mean, it's just pretty, I think a very large swath of America took ignorance is bliss to the next level.
Newsflash, the Department of Education has been abolished.
Gone.
And they're currently trying to destroy the entire building. So that ought to tell you what they think about you having knowledge over you.
You know, that reminds me, do you remember the movie Stargate? The Stargate with, what was it?
Kurt Russell?
It was Kurt Russell, but it was the guy who played Ultra,
Ultra.
He had the television show where he was the spy.
I don't remember.
Oh, anyways.
I'm sorry.
Basically,
I'm young.
They went
I forget
to this
things.
other planet, this other world, and they had uprisings. So they outlawed reading and writing.
Right. So that you couldn't understand that you were being abused.
Yeah.
I mean, and that has never worked. Let me explain to you why. Because they figure if they take the education away from you, that you wouldn't understand that you were being whipped on your back and you were bleeding, that you wouldn't understand that you didn't have enough food to eat, that you wouldn't understand that you didn't have a roof over your head. Now think of the basic necessities. They think by taking away your education that you still don't have brain cells. You do. And that lies the problem. Unless they plan on giving everybody frontal lobotomies, every society that has tried to strangle knowledge and any kind of power and uprising has failed because we can still process knowledge without books. We can still learn and understand and feel things. I'm not going to lecture you, but that's how it works.
One of the biggest dangerous poison pills to religion is knowledge.
It's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
So is 15 yours or mine?
I think it's
Yours.
mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. If you wanted protection from our foreign enemies, well, guess what? That's out the window. Yeah, someone, I shall not be, I'm Donald Trump, thought it was really cool to invade Iran.
And Venezuela.
And then Venezuela.
Possibly Cuba.
But those aren't, I mean...
This is called How to Make an Enemy 101.
You got that right.
How to Alienate the World 101. How to think, not us, but them, to think that you are so powerful, so omnipotent, that your word alone sends shivers through the rest of the world and they will bow down to you. No. To assume that you have control of everything and everyone is the biggest mistake you could ever make in your life. And as Americans, we've lost control of our government. And we're going to feel the brunt of what's happening now.
I wouldn't travel if I were you people.
I'd be careful too.
The United States has never gone alone in any kind of reasonably sized war, except for one, Vietnam. And we all saw how that turned out. Every other war, conflict, whatever you want to call them, there was major allies, NATO. We had allies against the war of Britain for the independence of the country. We had allies, the French and Indian War. I mean, the lack of history. This is what we're talking about: education, learning, intelligence. You know, the founding fathers weren't perfect people. They came from an era of racism and bigotry and sexism. But for the era that they lived in, they were all highly intelligent, learned men. People that spoke 6 and 7 and 8 languages. Educated. Not this flotsam and jetsam that's running the show this day and age. Holy cow. I mean, this entire administration couldn't take 1/4 of Thomas Jefferson's brain alone. Them all wrapped up in one. This is...
We have no protections against our enemies currently. We are the enemy.
We are the enemy.
According to other nations and NATO. Our country is engaging in things that are against even NATO, humanity.
Crimes
against humanity is what I was thinking. And I would not only be careful, but I don't think I would travel outside of the United States if I were Caucasian.
No.
I think people of color might have it a little bit easier, but we do have American passports, and that's going to be looked upon, rightly so. Things that are here, I know that other nations and NATO, they understand that we American citizens are not in charge. And I heard the president or one of the Iranian top officials release a statement saying that he could never do as much harm to America as that is being done right now.
Yeah,
to us. Something? So he was pitying us. He knows we're suffering because of decisions that are being made that are out of our hands.
Yep.
So we're not going to go on that. We've got another show on that one. So I'm going to cross that off. Okay. We're going to have a whole show, boy. Yeah, we're writing. I'm writing. He's
going rolling.
But, you know, and that goes into the credibility, which is the same thing. We have no more credibility. And that's something that I hope we can rebuild. Okay. Number 18.
Oh.
If by some chance you had an epiphany and decided that you wanted to empty the swamp, this was not the president to do that.
Okay.
Hopefully you like alligators, snakes, anything.
Expanded the swamp. The swamp is everywhere.
Anything.
Oh my goodness.
That preys on the weak has been released into our atmosphere.
Yeah.
Shall we give you some examples? Do tell, darling.
Of the swamp?
Of what he has allowed.
Oh my. Okay, so basically take the emoluments clause, throw that in the trash. This guy has made money off of everything. I mean, he's got his hands everywhere. The Bitcoin rigging, they rigged the one stock market where they made an announcement about possible ceasefire with Iran or whatever, and they timed it perfectly. A bunch of people made hundreds of billions of dollars in the stock market the next morning or something along those lines. I mean, the list goes on and on. The grift is in.
So, Elon Musk, our little Doge buddy.
Let's not forget him.
Well, I don't think he knew how to read the room. I do not believe he knew who his consumers were.
Yeah.
His consumers of Tesla cars were middle class and upper middle class, educated Democrats and independents.
Yep.
So when he tore up our government and turned around and said, now buy my cars, we weren't the ones that we were buying your cars. We no longer want to buy your cars. However, the deal that he made with Donnie was that they would not allow any more electric cars, especially the wonderful electric cars that are in China that work 20 times better than his and are 20 or 40 times more economical. So we don't get those cars because Elon Musk made a deal with Donald Trump that his electric car will be exclusive to the United States. A no-bid contract. Not only that, he gave him all that money for his space travel and all that other stuff. Another no-bid contract. Everybody's got their hands in our cookies, and we have nothing that we can stop them with.
Oh, we could stop them. It just wouldn't look pretty. And I'll tell you.
I'm sorry, wait.
Well, we do have.
No.
Here's the thing about that makes the whole Tesla thing just utterly stupid is that all the other car manufacturers have electric cars here.
Well, he wanted Donald Trump to force us to purchase Teslas. That's why they went on the lawn and he said these cars are wonderful. But what has been forgotten here is that every time Donald Trump touches something, it becomes undesirable. And because we don't trust someone who openly hates us, openly, I'm a woman, I'm a minority, openly hates us. When he tells us to do something, what is the first thing that you do when someone you dislike tells you to do? Nothing. You don't capitulate.
Yeah, you just go do something else the other way around. I mean,
Yes.
You go the exact
It's called
opposite
rebel.
way. Hello.
You rebel, right?
Yeah.
So the last one, emptying the swamp.
Yeah.
Okay, so we live in the swamp now.
Yeah, the whole
The
country's a
swamp is us.
The United States, 50 states, and a handful of territories. We
So,
are the
yeah.
swamp.
Yeah. And if this is what you want, don't come crying to me when you don't have food or a roof over your head. Because I'm going to tell you exactly what you told us when you voted for this individual. This is what you wanted.
That's right.
And because it doesn't look like what you want, doesn't mean this isn't what you wanted. Maybe that means that it's a lesson that you have to learn. It has to be rock bottom before some of you people understand that when someone has this much power, it's not about enriching you. It's about enriching them.
Yeah, it's got nothing
It's
to do
not
with
about
people.
helping you. It's about helping them. It's not about feeding you. It's about feeding them. It's not about educating you. It's about uneducating you. It's not about making sure you're happy. It's about making sure you're not.
I don't think they even care about the happiness part. It's a mess, people. It's a mess. We allowed it to become this much of a mess by being asleep at the wheel.
And take responsibility for your
Yeah.
choices. Do not
Yeah.
sit in your house and say, well, I did vote for him, but this is not what I expected.
Yeah, you expect to
No,
be exempt.
you stop right there. You voted for him, and this is what you get.
Yep.
Don't say, but. You voted for him. Stop there and look. It's called cause and effect. You caused the situation. This is the effect.
And now we're infected.
Yeah, we're all infected.
Yeah.
But that's what we need to learn. We wouldn't be repeating this lesson if we didn't learn it the first time. If we'd have understood and watched and completely saw what was coming, because it was there, the signs were there, we wouldn't be revisiting this. But a lot of people, obviously, it went, this will be different this time. I'm going to explain to you, this is a very old individual. They don't change. They only get worse. These are the type of people that need stuff that's catastrophic to happen to them before they'll change. And apparently I'm talking to you because you voted for him. So now we're in the catastrophic part of our show.
Yep. I don't know
And
what you
we all have
thinking.
to learn, right?
Yeah. Well,
Because you guys
we
didn't.
don't all have to. We need to learn
We have
who
to
not
suffer.
to trust.
Right.
And that means you people who voted for Donald Trump. Trust is gone. I mean, this is like step one to even gaining credibility back in the international community. Because if I'm someone from France or Spain or Portugal or wherever, the very first question out of my mouth is what happens when you do this again? Mm-hmm. We can't trust the American people to put responsible adults in the White House because not only have we done it once, we up and did it again. Like, we can't or are not
Excuse me?
capable of...
I wasn't part of the we.
I don't mean we.
I know,
we
but
did
I
not.
just have to I can sit here.
So, what a valid concern.
Yeah.
Because at least for the last 30 years, at least from the Republican perspective, you haven't put up serious people. You've put up morons and idiots. I mean, George Bush is on record, Junior, of, no, I'm not the stupidest one. I mean, he actually said that.
Yeah, that he's not the most hated.
Not the most hated.
Hated president.
Unreal.
And
this is where we're at. Nixon, he's yours. I mean, and all you have against presidents like Obama is a tan suit.
and his skin color.
Unreal. Y'all people deserve to be in the pot you're in right now. Unfortunately, we're stuck with you. We certainly don't believe to be or deserve to be here. So,
I don't think a government that pools all the money should be destroying people because they don't have the same ideology or skin color, because our money's in there too. So if you're going to start segregating people, we're going to segregate money. And we'll see how much money the red states have as opposed to the blue states, if we're going to do it like that. Right?
We know the answer to that one. But we'll
Yeah,
see it
but
play
just
out.
think about it. Just think about what I just said. We're in this situation because of racism.
Yeah. Yes. And that was
So-
the mic that she can't drop.
It's Easter.
Yes. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everyone. And we have to learn so that we don't ever revisit this situation again. Happy Easter, honey.
Happy Easter. Oh, by the way, Easter for us is Easter Bunny.
Yes.
Yeah, little.
Hops a lot.
Here comes Peter Cottontail.
My name is Sandra,
And I'm Kirk.
and this is the Public Service Show.
You have been watching a public service show. America is part of a global community. Sandra and I are well aware that the American experience had the hope for freedom. America isn't perfect by any means, and we are currently having our freedoms tested. Here at the Public Service Show, we're going to look at how and why we're at this point in America.